So if I'm inaccurate, that would be the only way that I am being inaccurate, is just not remembering more.
Okay. Well, I think when we have some further discussions, sort of, I know how I can ask some questions that might help a bit with memory. But like I say, I'm really focused on what's actually empowering,
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of like what you feel more freedom about, what's most helpful, you know.
Right.
So
well,
that's okay. So that's a good start. Those documents are great, and you don't have. Do you have any copies of like the when did you first? So there's the stuff from when you were younger, CPS report, any mentions of the police incidents. Those ones are super super important, but we've got to figure out a different approach of getting those, because that would be a red flag if you're asking. And if there was any surveillance on the telephone call, I'm even careful about requesting. So I'm trying to figure out what sort of requests we can get in there, how we can get that information. Like that's where I was hoping. I actually even sent, I forgot to tell you, I sent an Instagram message extremely vague to Alan Analysis. He hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I'll tell you what I said. Howdy, do you signal? I'd like to ask you some questions and provide some information carefully. I've been helping an individual you've been helping. Signal chat, time sensitive. And I'm not going to tell Alan anything about our discussion. I was going to only ask him, after I get a better sense of him, if he could
share with you the connection that he has. That would certainly be helpful.
Yeah, and if he has like, because we've got your text messages, but like if he can like provide copies of what exactly he saw in the Epstein files, or pointers to where we can download them.
That's good thinking. I like that.
Yeah.
And I will send you that, and the states where this happened are problematic just because of how red they are. Texas, obvious. Tennessee's just as red, if not even more so. Alabama is in the same boat, and so is Florida. If like one of the states had been Massachusetts or Delaware or something like that, it's not even a matter of being comfortable asking for it. It's just, like you said, of drawing attention. And if we're not trying to do that at this point, it might. But if there is some sort of way, even electronically, to try to request that.
Yeah. I mean, I know I
don't know, I'm just thinking.
I think, like, what the constable said is that, and I did do a little bit of research, like, the constable said, that those are requests. The constable, I don't think the constable was quite totally comprehending in terms of safety. Like, the constable was still sort of thinking in terms of, well, what could the constable looked at to corroborate? I think when the constable hears testimony and sees some documents, it will be helpful, right?
Okay.
Just some folks are better when they see more.
Absolutely.
So I think, because the constable said, you can request all those documents, Freedom of Information Act, that I could even request them from Canada. But what you and I are concerned about is Roy Black, right? It's just weird. I said to the consul, it could just be coincidence, but abundance of caution. We're careful because obviously the information on Roy Black, and I mean, nobody seems to really have looked much at at William Kyle at all, and it's just a bit odd that suddenly there's Roy Black drops dead a day after we've spoken on with a call dropout. So
right. All right. Well, I will forward you those things, and I will start getting me an itinerary to go down to Alabama. It'd probably be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, something like that. And it's contingent on me getting my motorcycle back.
Okay.
So I just spoke to the guy yesterday. The part was on order as of Monday. It was supposed to be in today or tomorrow at the latest. Apparently, it's not that difficult to put on, and after it's on, I should be good to go.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get the bike back as early as tomorrow or early next week at the latest, unless, of course, that part doesn't fix it. So
Yeah. So something else then. So then I'm just sort of like question mark in terms of how to get at those files, all those other sort of reports, because those are helpful context. But the hospital one is quite helpful. But the other reports are really important because there's police, because didn't you said there was a police report filed regarding the complaint to Samantha, regarding Samantha?
Oh, yeah. There was a whole investigation that involved the FBI and the local police because when they first got her, the only thing she had was like a little plastic bag of like one change of clothes. So we went and in the beginning they weren't, hurting her. They just had us both there. And there was a witness at the shoe store that we went to that remembered both of us because we were kids and it was her being a black girl and me being a white kid. It was just something that stood out to the witness there. She was a slender black lady. Mm-hmm. And I know she was part of the investigation because she thought something was fishy even in the store.